Good morning, everyone. So today you and I are going to talk about the top 3 programming languages for getting a job. Isn't that going to be exciting? So let's get into it. Now, this is a highly subjective topic, and it very much depends on where in the world you live, but I have compiled a list that is, I hope, going to be the most widespread. And as I said, this is not about telling you which the best is. This is not about me saying that this language is better than that language. It's not a comparison. It's nothing like that. This is a completely, semi-unordered list of languages that I know for a fact is going to land you a job. I can guarantee that if you are a competent software developer in these languages, you will get a job. There is no question about it. The demand is massive. How can I know this? Well, because most of the people that I work with have these languages. I have them. The people who are the recruiters, and I can tell you from experience, a software developer with a few years of experience is in so high demand today that you don't have to look for a job. You will spend more time saying no to recruiters than you will spend time looking for a job. Trust me. This is not just a good thing. It's a luxury problem, but this is the reality of being a software developer. Now, which are the languages? Let's not dilly-dally about it anymore. So the first and foremost language, or in third place, I can tell you from personal experience that it's going to be JavaScript. JavaScript is, regardless of if you are a front-end developer, which would mean that you spend most of your time doing like web work in with CSS, HTML, JavaScript, you're basically working on the front end of the application. That has gone from being this toy thing that everybody could do to being so complicated and require such skill that they actually hire specialists to do it, simply because. And I suppose we have the Angular and React and Vue and Aurelia, Ember, all of these SPA frameworks. We kind of have them to thank for it. They have made it so this is bad, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. They have made it so complicated to build a web page that we can now actually get jobs fixing the mess that most people get when they try to do Angular, for example. It's actually the most common recruiting, from my colleague, I was talking to him the other day. He's doing this exact thing, and we kind of laugh about it because over and over and over we see job ads for people who are very good at Angular. And whenever I've spoken to so many companies where they all say the same thing. Yeah, we kind of need somebody to come in and take responsibility for the front-end code base because we can't focus on it as much as possible, as much as we want to. This translates in general terms that they simply don't know how to structure the project. And it's okay, because this is a complicated thing. I mean, it's not easy. That's what I've been saying, to the server-side people who don't take front-end seriously. You have no idea how complicated things have become. And it's for better or for worse. Anyway, I like to think that SPAs, they solved one problem and have created another problem. But hey, people are hiring, so this is a very good place for you to be. And it's especially good for junior developers. And the reason is because in the more senior languages, it's very difficult for you to compete with other programmers. I mean, usually companies want to hire really experienced programmers who are really, really, senior in their language, especially at the corporate level. But they don't have that option in JavaScript. And why? Well, because it hasn't been a thing for all that long. You cannot find today a JavaScript professional that has been working for more than a few, maybe five years. You can find absolutely programmers who have been in the business for a long time. But Node and JavaScript, as it looks today, hasn't been around all that long. So it's a very smart bet for you as a junior developer to get really good at JavaScript, because odds are that you're going to be much better at it than most of the people who've been working for 20 years. I'll just tell you that right now. So that's a strong tip if you want to be a little bit strategic with your time. And let's go on to the next thing on the list. Second place is going to be dedicated to C#. Why? C# is Microsoft's preferred framework, like .NET of course as being the framework of choice here. It is hands down one of the most common languages. The largest, like Microsoft is one of the largest companies in the world, and in IT they are still one of the largest companies there is. And most, like the adoption of C# is massive at the corporate level. The people with the most money, I mean, I'll just talk about here in Gothenburg. Here in Gothenburg, I shit you not, you will most likely be on the recruiter's radar if you know C# even before you move into your new apartment. They fly people in here to talk to you and try to convince you to come live here so that you can work for the big companies. It's also the case in Stockholm. C# is massive, at least here in Sweden. I'm pretty sure it's massive in the US as well, and most places in Europe, because as I said, this language has been around for so long, and it was there in a very critical time in IT, in that time where people transitioned like over to more IT-oriented solutions, and it provided the right thing, holistic solutions, or a safe working environment to businesses. And businesses do not care about fancy technology. They want things to work. And C# gets shit done. You get stuff done in C#. That's why they love it. That's why, in my opinion, that's why they want this, because large corporations are very conservative in general. They want to be sure that if they're betting if they're investing like their company value into something, they want it to be there for 1,000,000 years. They want it to do everything they need, and they want it to be safe. Safety, safety, safety over everything else. Trust and safety is the biggest thing for a business, a large business. So, who's in first place? This is extremely subjective, and basically it could have been C#, and I'll tell you why it's not. Well, they're so close, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna guess it. It's gonna be Java. And why am I saying Java and not C#? And honestly to God, I can tell you that they could have been in shared first place. But let's focus on Java and give it some attention and love as well. So Java is most likely the best language for you to learn as a junior developer to get a job. The demand for Java developers is humongous. Like it's so massive. I can tell you, like, for every one front like JavaScript job offer I get at least 5 for Java. Most of the people who contact me are looking for Java people here in Gothenburg and in other places in the world. Java, I mean, look at India. They did the smartest thing I can possibly, like, it's so clever. They mass produce virtually, well, it's not just Java of course, but they have tons and tons of outsourcing possibilities for large companies who want development in Java or in C# and so forth, and they are reeking in the money. Like, they are like people because there are none. Like, the demand is so high, but there are no Java developers. In like, you can't meet the demand. This is a seller's market. If you know Java, trust me, you will get a job, and you will get it quickly, like really quickly. Even if you're just a junior, they will a lot of them will actually invest in just getting you up to speed, so you know your stuff, so that they can start making money of you or like get you productive very quickly. So, and Java is a little bit, it's tiny bit more flexible than C#, and I guess that's why some companies prefer it over C#. I don't have any opinions about that, but that's the trend I see. So here, that's my list. Java, C# and JavaScript. These are the best languages if you want to get a job quickly in IT.